All right, welcome back to the Run.down over here on the Strickland YouTube channel as well as the Strickland Podcast Network now. As we are audio as well, following the day following. I got with me Frank Barrett 119, aka Jeff. I got with me Scooter Toots, aka Doug. I got with me Tyrese, aka London's Theory. I am FBL_Sam, or you can just call me Sam. Knicks win their second preseason game versus the Pacers with a score of 131 to 114. Pretty fun night once again. Probably not that much complaining from us once again, which is rare, but don't get used to it, I will say. I think we got to start things off with Obi Toppin, who was the obvious star of the show with 24 points in 20 minutes, including some highlight dunks, including an East Bay that TJ McConnell tried to ruin, but ended up making like one of the best posters of the year.
God damn you, TJ, man.
White supremacist ass TJ McConnell trying to
No,
ruin the
seriously,
black
like,
man having
what
fun.
are you doing? Like, he is
It's
clearly
crazy.
winding up, and he's like, I'm going to go for the steal. It's like, bro, this is the second game of preseason.
Yeah, he's a tryhard. He's a
God
tryhard.
damn.
But yeah, I mean, Obi, continuing off from where he left off at the end of last season, the three ball looked really good tonight. Hit a couple deep ones. But yeah, I mean, I'm really encouraged from what I've seen from Obi dating back to last season. I mean, you can go back to those post game streams and hear all the raving and praise I had for him then, and I'm gonna continue it now. I just would like to see him get some consistent minutes. I mean, I know we're not gonna see him get like tonight. He had 20 minutes and he was able to get 24 points. I don't know if he's really gonna see that much during the regular season, but we'll see. But yeah, how'd you guys feel? I guess we can start with Doug. How'd you feel about Obi's performance tonight?
What's the argument for keeping him on the bench? What's the argument now?
I don't know.
Tyrese, I want to hear you. Like, what's the argument?
Yeah, because Tyrese hates him.
I know, like, what's the argument for keeping?
I hate everything right now.
Like, what's the argument for keeping him on the bench?
I mean, he played well. I can't say anything wrong about it.
Like,
sorry, I sound horrible right now because I'm really fucking sick. But
suck it up.
You have a case of the Max Scherzers.
That was low. That was very low.
That was.
Talk about the flu as if his Mets aren't sucking ass and this is why blaming the flu.
No. Yeah, like I think there is an argument for Obi starting, especially if he plays with that energy. Like the processing, if Julius's processing doesn't improve, I do think that RB should probably start because Obi is already
Tyrese is really sick, man. He's saying Obi should start.
Yeah, we're in the twilight zone. Yeah, I mean, like if Randall still kind of has those moments where he feels like he's mucking up everything like that, then I think the front office themselves will probably just be like, yeah, we'll pivot. Like, I think they'll give it an opportunity, they'll give it a shot, and then we'll see the pivots, let's say December, January. But yeah, if Obi Toppin is going to fucking shoot 4 of 7 from 3 every game and 10 of 14 from the stripe and get like 6 dunks that end up on SportsCenter, he might have the whole entire SportsCenter top 10 tomorrow. Like it was.
He really may, because he was doing everything.
Yeah, it was East Bay, 2-hand stuff, Statue of Liberty, all that shit. Like it was fun to watch the highlights. But yeah, like the dude has talent. The dude is good. So there is definitely going to be noise. And the more he performs like that, there's going to be more and more noise.
Did you guys notice that Brunson and RJ had the first 27 points?
Oh, they did?
Like
I did not notice that, but it makes sense. Yeah.
So when I was watching that, RJ looks by far the best we've ever seen him. Just like not even like because he's making threes, just like his size, how easy he's making the game look. And Brunson is probably the highest floor offensive player we've had since Melo, I would say. Like he's just so low variance. He's so steady. He's so good. We're going to want RJ and Brunson to be options 1A and 1B. I don't think that's really debatable at this point. So the question you have to ask yourself is Obi Toppin better like in some theoretical vacuum than Julius Randle? The question is what makes the team better? And I just don't see how it's debatable that Obi Toppin fills the role that they need in that starting lineup better than Julius Randle. It could actually help Julius Randle to come off the bench and play with quickly and have a more pronounced role that fits what he wants to do. He might not play as many minutes as he wants, and like obviously you're kind of risking things hoping he'd buy into that mentally, but I'm just speaking like in an emotionless world and you're just trying to optimize this team. I don't really see a basketball argument for Randall being a better starter than Obi Toppin at this point. The first thing Obi did in the game, the Knicks bench had a pretty bad lull to start quickly, kind of started pretty slow. He was over dribbling and he just looked kind of like he was trying to force it. And there was kind of a broken play and Obi cut from the corner on a Rose drive and caught his defender napping and got a layup and kind of picked the Knicks up. And that's just the sort of thing Obi does. Like he's never going to be what Randall was in 2020, 2021, as far as like initiating and creating his own shot. But all the like little team things that enhance the team, he just always does those. He's just such a good team player. And that's kind of exactly what a starting lineup with Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett needs, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you completely. I don't remember the last time we've seen someone create this much of an advantage in transition for a team, and just like the offense in general for the Knicks that we don't really see because he's only playing like 18 to 20 minutes a game, but he's leaking out pretty much any time he's not in defensive rebounding position. He's gone. That means the offense for whoever the opponent is has to get back on defense every single time just to try to stop him, but he's usually beating them anyway because we don't see it on because we don't see it on camera, but like he's super fucking fast. It's wild how fast he is, and you're just creating a huge advantage for yourself on the defensive rebound glass because like you're pulling the other team back, and then like you can get a faster head start. You can get them not set just because Obi's leaking out, and it has this ripple effect that Randall can have when he grabs the rebound and becomes like that menace in transition, because he had one really, really good play that got RJ the assist, and it's like that Randall's excellent, right? Like that's the Randall that the Knicks would need, is just boxing out, grab the rebound, and go. Like he can't be like Chef Randall that he was trying to do, and it's like no, it mucks up everything. And but Obi is always the guy, like is always the energy guy. Like it's such an advantage for the Knicks. I haven't seen he's basically a wide receiver. You don't really see wide receivers in the NBA in transition. You usually see like the singular star like John Morant literally just going through transition. Like Obi's just he's doing a go route every single time and no one can guard him.
Yep.
He needs to play for the fucking Giants.
And to add to add to your point, Doug, obviously we see all the times he gets behind the defense and scores. But the first rule on defense, everybody knows, is it's the guard's job to get back. Like the guard at the top of the key is the one responsible for the one who leaks out. So there's tons of possession or plenty of possessions when Obi will leak out and seal the guard. And maybe we can't get it to him, but it immediately forces a cross match, and the Knicks are immediately in an advantage that they wouldn't normally get offensively. It's just, even when he doesn't score, he's creating advantages for the team offense. And it just makes total sense, especially in the second half of the season, why anytime Obi was on the floor, they were scoring at rates they just weren't scoring when he was off the floor.
Yeah. I mean, continuing with the positives, I think we got to go straight to RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson, as we've previously mentioned. I think Brunson was 9 for 9 from the free throw line. It was. Yes. I mean, that is just. I mean, as Knicks fans, we all know our free throw shooting can be pretty hard between RJ and Randall, especially come crunch time. And Mitch, of course. So like having a guy who besides Emmanuel Quickly, who's going to be starting actually, that can like be pretty consistent at that free throw line and get to the free throw line that often is pretty encouraging. Again, being a steady hand, settling the offense. There was this one play that like really got me hyped. It was that and one that he got. I mean, Usually we see Knicks point guards like Alec Burks come down, slow it down, even in crunch time. We've said a whole bunch of times on stream how they always bringing the ball up slowly and how like you're not going to be able to create an advantage like that. It slows down everything. And that's why the Knicks struggle to score so often sometimes last year. But having Jalen Brunson be able to push the pace and create advantages like that and get and ones is super encouraging. Um, just because we know how much more it's going to open up for other players like RJ Barrett and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really encouraging to see Jalen Brunson do stuff like that. And RJ Barrett, I mean, the shootings looked pretty good. The shooting stroke has looked really good from the 3-point line. Yeah, if he can continue to hit that corner three at a super high rate, I mean, that's just like it's bringing back a tool from that 2021 season that was not so much there last year.
Is Brunson going to be the first guy who's actually going to get respect from the refs on the Knicks? Right? Because, like, as much as I am not a Melo fan, he got hosed his entire goddamn career because people would whack the shit out of him, and no one in the refs were just like, no.
I think it also helps that like Brunson is 5'11".
So, right, and it's just like this is like the one time the Knicks are gonna have someone who's gonna get calls, and it's pretty amazing. Because I was like,
he's a politician, dude.
Right?
Like, you hear Brunson speak.
No, it's wild because just like he had 9 free throw attempts like in the first half, right? That's basically what it was. I was like, he is selling so much shit, and it's amazing, and they're giving it to him. It's great. It's wonderful. I am so hyped.
I love it, dude. Can't wait for.
He's also just like super. He's also just like super crafty, and I mean, I don't think he's like a DeRozan or a Harden in that like he's like, doing like cheap things to like trick the refs or draw contact. I think he's using skill to put defenders in disadvantageous positions and legitimately draw fouls. He's just really skilled.
It's super like. It's basically like coach's ton type stuff, right? It's all just like you do your herky-jerky stuff, you get them up in the air, and then you hit them and you get the foul. Like it's so meticulous and so like, well, it's a foul. You can't not call it because it's like it's so obvious from like how the rules are. Like it's something like that, and I love it, man. And then yeah, you're right. Brunson's maybe 5'8", and I love it. It's great.
Continuing on with the positives. I mean, we kind of mentioned RJ. We mentioned RJ. Mitch, I think, has looked pretty good as well, consistently, which is like a good sign heading into the season. Because last year we had the whole weight issue, playing shape issue, huffing and puffing a lot.
He's finally in shape.
He's finally in shape. The hops look back. There was one play where Buddy Hield looked like he was trying to take him off the dribble, but like he realized that like Mitch wasn't budging, so he was just like, you know what, F this, you know what, I'm just gonna pass it to someone else, and that's what I like to see because it gives me some encouragement that maybe we might see those signs from that Mitch that we all grew to like really, really like hold to a high standard in terms of like our young core. And if we can have that back in Mitch, then that's huge for this team defensively.
It's kind of wild that the Knicks don't run that basically the elevator screen pistol-esque actually because it's not always in like coming up the court, but RJ's coming up around the corner, cuts around for the pick and roll, Mitch dives to the basket, and it forces you to either do the lob, like defend RJ or take away the lob. I feel like the Knicks don't run that enough. They shouldn't wear it like down because it starts to get easier to defend, but like I feel like they should use it a little more. Like those are some really easy buckets, especially when like the initial screen by Randall is good when RJ's coming up to grab the ball for the handoff. Like it's a really good play, and they don't do it enough. I don't think they do it enough. You can't do it too much, but I don't think they do it enough either.
It definitely seems like every time RJ does that, he gets downhill and has a really nice 2-on-1 with Mitch for like an easy layup or a lob.
Yeah, it's such a high efficiency play, and they only do it after like timeouts for some reason, and then like a few times on a made basket. But I wish I would see that more.
Agree.
You want good offense on the Tibbs coach team? You're not getting it.
Yeah, no, I know that's the problem. but like that's what I want. Just like run simple shit. Like you don't even have to run advanced stuff. Like this team, you can just run basic stuff by just screening well. But Tibbs hasn't want to coach screening for the past 3 years apparently. 'Cause God forbid someone sets a screen on this team.
2-time coach of the year doesn't know how to use the elevator screen. It's wonderful, isn't it?
No, it's wild. It's the wildest thing that this Tibbs, man. Tibbs.
An enigma. I guess we could also talk about how fucking good Deuce McBride is.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was just about to. I was just about to bring him up. He was like the last positive that I had on my mind because he's fighting for a rotation spot now. I think, like defensively, he can't be ignored. The 3-point shot is looking good.
Can we burn the Cam Reddish fucking? Can we burn it? Can we burn whatever Cam fan remnants are left?
That was brutal to watch.
Cam fan was a rush. He was fine at point of attack defense tonight.
Yes, defensively he was okay,
and that was it because he wasn't doing anything else besides point of attack defense because he was pretty much bad at off ball, dribbling the ball.
It's almost like we knew this shit in Atlanta for 3 years, and for some reason, this front office decided to trade a protected first-round pick for him.
I don't even really care that much about it, but like
I don't care, but it's just like, what the hell were you thinking was gonna change?
They just want to take a chance, honestly. I think
you take a chance on the future Tracy McGrady.
Man, I'm telling you, Cam had he had the perfect opportunity, literally, because Tibbs refuses to start Emmanuel quickly in any capacity because he just
he won't do it.
He refuses to do it. God has given this man every single opportunity to do it. He even went Deuce McBride a couple times last year. Like he just absolutely refuses to start Emmanuel quickly. So Cam Reddish had the perfect opportunity. All right, I'm gonna make a name for myself. I'm gonna make sure Tibbs remembers this performance. He's gonna remember it. Just for all the wrong reasons, because offensively that was so putrid. Like, and people are probably gonna be like, "Oh my god, remember that up and under layup though?" And it's like, yeah, but remember all the other stuff that was bad.
It's just like, oh, you remember his fucking AAU tape? We don't give a fuck, dude. It's been like 5 years since AAU. This guy is buns, okay? Like, dude, McBride is what 6 inches shorter than him at best.
At best, yeah, and he was the backup 3, and he was significantly better on defense.
He is significantly better as a wing than Cam Reddish is, and Cam Reddish is fucking built like Gumby. Like, Cam Reddish is built like one of those fucking wacky waving inflatable arm flailing two men.
Yeah, he's also like the second tallest guy on the team too. Like he's huge.
And he cannot play decent. Like he can play not better than decent point of attack defense. I'm so fucking done with Cam Reddish. I've been done since he was fucking drafted, and I'm so tired that he's a fucking Knicks. The day he got traded to the Knicks, a part of my soul died, and when he's off the team, it's going to become back. I don't give a fuck how sick I am. Cam Fam could eat my fucking infested nuts, okay? I'm so fucking tired of Cam Reddish. I'm so fucking tired of people saying he needs minutes. He needs to fucking start. That weird fucking section of Knicks Twitter that's like, oh, he needs to start. Oh my god, what are you watching? Highlights? Game tape? Like that's the fucking fan base that Tibbs thinks he's like better than because he fucking watched the game 3 times. Like, God, I fucking hate Cam Reddish. Right.
How would you feel if Cam Reddish was off the team, like he was traded, but the Knicks attached Julius Randle to dump him?
I don't care.
Okay. I just wanted that on record. That's all.
Works for me. Works for me.
I just need that on record.
He just doesn't know how. Like, this is gonna sound stupid, but he just doesn't know how to not be the best player on a team. Like, his entire game is predicated around him thinking he should be Paul George. So, like, in his mind, he should profile and the way he should play is, like, the number one option. So, like, when he gets kickouts in his mind, he's like, ooh, it's time to go to work and not just, like, time to catch and shoot. Like, he got 2 really, really nice catch and shoot threes, and both times he hesitated. And, like, you can't do that when you're the 5th option or 4th option offensively, and that's catch and either shoot or catch and attack, not catch and go in my bag and hesitating. You know, like,
do you remember
that's not what you're out there
in the first quarter where like Julius gave him a decent kick out with like a ton of space on like the left wing, and then he just went, I'm gonna dribble into Julius and then into my defender, and then
he dribbled into him.
And then,
that was wild.
And then take a 20-footer. a 20-foot pull up, and he bricked it, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, we talked about this before in the pod. It's like, if Cam Reddish just like embraced his skill set, he would be literally 60 true shooting 3-and-D wing, and he would literally make so much money in this fucking league.
It's wild. It's wild. He would just be. He wouldn't be Mikal Bridges, but like that type of player.
He'd be like worse OG Anunoby.
Yes, exactly.
Like, dude, you are literally given God-given height, and you are literally the person, like the archetype that the league seeks the most. All you need to do if you're 6'8" and then you're not a star is just hit threes and play your ass off on defense. And I swear to God, you will literally make generational wealth. And for some reason, he just wants to be fucking Tracy McGrady.
It's funny though. He's kind of hurt by like being given slightly more skills. Like it's kind of like Tyreek Evans versus Danny Green. Like clearly Tyreek Evans is more talented than Danny Green, but Danny Green had a better career. Why is that? Like because
it's the right amount of skill.
Right. He knew his limitation and he found a niche. Tyreek Evans had too much skill almost. He wasn't able to be good enough for
he was also riding the slopes. So that doesn't
there's also that. That's actually a really interesting not like theory, but like looking for that archetype of player, like who's
that
the guy
has
who's
too much skill,
but sucks. It's like you have too much skill, but you're bad at basketball. Like it's this weird.
Yo, I want to look into that now. That's a really good thing,
right? Like
J.R. Smith. Okay,
yes.
J.R. Smith actually was.
Yeah, but J.R. Smith became an elite role player.
Yeah, he was like the 6th man of the year player.
But he was that guy. Right, he was that guy before
I agree.
the 6th
Early
man.
in his career, but then he embraced just shooting a bunch of threes.
But no, J.R. Smith is like a perfect example of that too. It's basically like the guys who could be Paul George or could be Kobe.
Irrational confidence all-stars, I call them.
Corey Brewer, Jason Richardson.
Yeah, it's more than just irrational confidence. It's like there's something is there, but they're not good enough to actually
Does Nick Young qualify for that?
Yes.
Yeah, Nick Young. Yeah. Nick Young is like a perfect example. I would say Nick Young is a much better example than J.R. Smith because
Nick Young
never actually became a good role player.
He tried to so many times. Let's get to some comments because we're about like 22 minutes in and we got a bunch rolling in. So we have let me see. Let's start from the top. RR says Cam Reddish final game special.
Can't fucking wait, dude.
That's good.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Nemo says Randall gave me 21, 22 PTSD vibes from time to time. Yes. So let's talk about that. We'll get back into some comments. Keep them coming, people. But yes, I mean, we kind of spoke about this before we came on about how like the process for Randall is still bad. Tonight shots went in, but they were still a lot of the bad shots that we do not want him taking. Like a lot of like forced mid-range jumpers, a lot of forced takes to the rim that resulted in some like free throw attempts. But it's like there is a much cleaner, like efficient way to do this. And this is not it right now. So like
the refs fucking hate the Knicks because all they did was call all this bullshit for the Pacers. And then who's the only person they're giving foul calls to besides Jalen Brunson on the Knicks? Julius Randle. So his numbers don't look as bad as they were supposed to tonight. Quickly gets hacked all night. All the Knicks fans just hate on him because, another turnover from Quickly. He
only had one.
Yada yada. Julius Randle gets the weakest calls. Oh my god, no. I mean, I don't feel as strongly about Randle tonight, but I did think it was funny that Randle was the only Knick getting calls.
Who was hating on Quickly, dude? Quickly had 17 on 12 shots.
Clyde was like, Quickly the culprit again.
Clyde be watching like a whole bit different game than the whole fan base. Like his dementia be like spiking.
We could let Clyde slide because he gave us 2 rings, but Clyde.
Clyde's amazing. No Clyde.
If you guys watch wrestling, Clyde is like Booker T, where it's like Booker T would say the weirdest shit on the planet, but like it's so fucking entertaining that you're just gonna let shit slide. Like we know Clyde is washed, but we love him.
Yeah. I agree.
Do you remember the the between the legs pass Randall tried to do to RJ and it hit his own leg.
Oh my gosh, he
Yeah.
like bounced it off his dick. I was like, bro, what are you doing?
Pause. Pause.
That's literally
Whoa.
what
That's
he
what he
did,
did,
bro.
Tyrese.
Tyrese, that's what he did, bro.
Instead of dribbling it off his dick, he bounced it off his dick this time.
Basically. And it was like, bro, what are you doing? You're not that guy. He saw
And then
RJ do it twice. And he was like, I gotta try it.
I could do this. And then he bundled the handoff to RJ on that one turnover. And I was like, what are you doing? What kind of handoff was that? Like,
And I seen people praising him and saying, like, oh, he's able to take a back seat. Well, it's like, first off, we're playing against
he didn't take a back
probably
seat.
he didn't, especially in the second quarter. And first off, we're playing like two teams that are going to be in like the Wemby sweepstakes. So like,
Yes.
let's tone it down
Yeah.
a bit on like
Indiana's
all of
bad.
these like, you know, expectations that people have. I just want people to like realize who we're playing first. Then also like look at things in stretches, not over the course of like the whole game, because then it can get a little foggy. That second quarter, I mean, I don't know if any of you want to detail it better than I can, because my memory is a little
I want
foggy
Tyrese
itself.
I
But
want Tyrese to recite it for us.
I barely watched it because I was,
yeah, he
watching,
really watched it. That's why.
I was watching Mad Max give up piss missiles to bums. Anyway, I'm so pissed about this game.
So Randall made what, like 3 shots in a row?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he had like 7 straight
Yeah.
points. I saw
Yeah,
that.
it was something like that, and it was just like, oh, he was feeling himself. It was nice to see that semblance of like the old Randall come back. They did like, no, I got this. I'm gonna feel for it. But then, like after he made the 3 shots, it's like, oh, you're still gonna like keep doing this? I don't know. And that's what it was in the second half. And where'd you guys go?
that's
Right
a
here.
that's a tough thing though. Like, God, look at me. I'm gonna be the Randall defender. Like,
Randall defender right now, only on screen.
what? Like, how is he supposed to find that middle ground? You know, like we don't want him to be like he was in 2020, 2021. But when he is cooking per se, and he, you know, makes a couple buckets in a row and he's feeling himself, how does he find that happy medium between, you know, trying to take a back seat with his role, excuse me, and still believing in himself and still trying to like take in the flow of the game and just play naturally, because that's what you want for him.
He needs to play like Obi. That's
listen,
it's
like,
as simple as that.
What player in
That's
the
hard,
NBA?
though.
What player in the NBA is not gonna get busy when they're hitting shots like that? That's the
Well, I
problem.
mean, see, I think it's just a matter of how it looks and how it
Right, it's like,
feels
yeah.
in the course of the game. Like
If the
when
bucket
Obi was
goes in-
cooking, it didn't look like Obi was like dominating the rock, like, or like he was like taking like heavily like contested shots. It's
yeah,
like
because the Pacers
it
were
came
playing
in the
fucking
flow of the
Cirque du
game.
Yeah, the
Soleil.
Pacers. Look, Tyrese, I know what you're getting at. It's just like, well, if I'm doing shimmies and just busting out the fadeaway, of course I'm going to keep doing it. But like, we don't want Randall to ever
Get
do that.
comfortable doing that,
I mean,
because then he's
listen,
gonna keep doing that,
listen. If
and
the
then
bucket,
it's not going
if
to be
the
good.
bucket goes in, I don't give a fuck how it comes.
Bro,
If it's going in consistently, again, I don't give a fuck how it comes.
that's the thing with Randall. It's not always going inconsistently.
It's not
and-
always
Okay,
inconsistently.
I
And then
think-
those little small stretches, they get to his head where he thinks, okay, now this is my shot now, so let me keep doing it.
Yes. And then it has a larger effect on the game as a whole. Tyrese, I don't know why you think that each isolate. No, that's probably how Tibbs approaches every single game. Is we need to win every single possession, so we need to treat the game in individual possessions.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Co-
Because you're not thinking
comparing me
holistically.
comparing me to Tibbs is an insult. I'm sorry. Don't compare me to that slave master. That's too far. I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but it's also like in that moment, I'm
You
okay
got to
with
know
him-
the player you're talking about, I think.
Okay, fair, but like in that moment, if he's gonna get busy like that, then okay, fine. Now, if he keeps getting busy like he did in the third quarter, that's a problem. But also, like,
Right, and that's something he needs to kind of recognize. Like, he was in the flow, in the moment, in the second quarter to close things out. Then halftime comes along, you stop playing for 30 minutes. You need that. You're not that guy.
You're not
From
hot
the-
anymore.
You're not hot anymore. Like, you're not Steph. You're not hot anymore. Get back in rhythm. You know what you do? Hustle down the court in transition. Seal the guy off because you're bigger and stronger than he is, and you can have easy Obi layups too. But like, he
Set a
doesn't
pick.
want to
Maybe
do
you
that.
might get like an easy floater in the lane. Something, get something.
where
That's
is
fair.
the
get something
that's
easy.
fair. That's
Where's
fair.
the Julius Randle floater that we've been
Seeing in
hearing
the
about?
off season or the or the.
The
I
off-season
even want to
videos.
say the one-legged threes because we
It was
don't
like-
want to see those.
Yeah, no, his floater was like kind of like that. It was wild, man.
He was only 3 or 4 from 2.
Yeah,
Like,
he actually like
he
I don't
took
know
a
why
lot
he
of
took,
threes.
I don't know
early
why
on.
he took 7 threes.
was he taking a lot? Like, I feel like I have like
The first quarter,
fucking
I think he went
amnesia.
0 for
Was he
4.
taking threes off the bounce?
No, it was like
No, he's
one,
like
He
holding
took
the
like
ball.
one off the bounce, I think, but most of them were like.
He was just holding the ball. Like he would get the ball, he was like, herky jerky,
Yeah.
and then like, oh, okay, I want to take the shot. Like nothing was ever really
some of them were
in
like quick
rhythm.
trigger pulls. Some of them were like I take one dribble, I see what I want, and then I'd like take the 3.
Yeah, it's
Some
like this.
just
Yeah, but the one dribble stuff you really don't want Randall doing.
Yeah.
and some of them he like actually just wanted to pull, and I was like, okay, those are good threes. Even if they don't go in, those are like good threes. I think he had more good threes than bad threes, even though he missed a lot. So
Yeah.
No, I feel like it was like 50. Oh, well, it wasn't 50-50 because he took 7.
The thing with his threes too, the misses look very ugly.
Oh,
They're
those are
like
bricks.
hard bricks off the back of the rim that are
Westbrook bricks.
like, yeah, they're like ugly misses. So I think that's what like contributes to like the perception of the shot too. Because like if it's a nasty looking brick, it's gonna be perceived as like a bad
and
shot.
the problem was the worst 3 that he took it was the one that went in.
The sidestep one, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
see,
that
those are the shots that encourage him to keep taking bad shots.
Yes, that's
it's
the
like,
thing.
bro, you can't keep doing that. Like,
I'm like watching.
respect the heat check. Okay, then move on and find an easier shot if you want to shoot.
I'm watching the Randall get busy section, and I was like, these weren't bad shots. Like the pull up 3 that he made, like definitely not his best shot, but it went in. The step back jump shot, that one could have been.
You see what you said though, not his best shot, but it went in, and that's the most
Yep.
discouraging.
Now he's like,
part
I'm ready to cook.
because
I made that
it
shot.
encourages him to keep taking bad shots because he's like, all right, I made that bad shot. Let me see how
The thing is, like,
much further I can go.
What I do like the fact like the mid range that he did took were like closer to the rim. They were like 10.
Yeah, he is
12
getting a
foot.
little bit deeper into the paint with his
Like
mid-range
last
shot.
year those shots were like 18 footers for whatever reason. Like you're not dunking, that's okay. Like I like him to get in like the short mid range. That's fine. The long mid range is where like he thought he was Kawhi for a season, and he was Kawhi for a season,
Mhm.
but we don't want him taking those shots. So the mid. Oh shit. God.
Like the guy sitting next to me on the bus today.
No, bro, kid germs, don't play with kid germs. But yeah, like the shots, like I don't think the shots were necessarily that bad. Like you look at his shot chart, I wish he took more shots at the rim. But like of the 2s that he did take, short mid range, at the rim, good. Above the break 3s, I would like to see him do more in the corners. But I get he needs to take the above the break 3s because he needs to try to provide some kind of spacing for the team, and you get the spacing from the above the break 3s. So like. I still think he could probably be like 34-35% this season. Like I'm not really worried about the shot too much. And the free throws were encouraging as well. Like he made 6 or 7 free throws. So like the shot I think will be okay. Like good enough for what this team needs it spacing wise. Which is encouraging.
I just felt like in the first game, and we're judging preseason games here, so like who really fucking cares? But like if we're projecting for the regular season, when I watched the first game, it didn't matter to me if he made his shots or not, because for the most part, I liked how he was playing. And that's like, if I was like to make a goal for him as a fan and for what I think is best for the team, not that I know what's best for the team, but if I do,
you don't watch
I
the
just want
games
Randall.
3
I just
times in a
want Randall
row.
to play games that profile well and where we're not at the mercy of his shooting variance, because he can impact the game in so many other ways that isn't shooting, a bunch of mid-range shots or, even like we just don't need that from him. I just think that I want him to play, a game where he's dominating the boards and like Doug said, where he's, sealing his defender in transition and where he's, trying on defense, where he's setting screens. Like he doesn't have to do all of that every night, but more often than not, I would like it if I just said, you know what, like he just wasn't making shots tonight, but that's okay because I liked how he played, and I didn't feel that way watching him tonight, especially in the second quarter.
Have him come off the bench. I feel like if you're not going to trade him, have him come off the bench. I feel like that solves. It's the same thing with Fournier too, right? Like it pretty much solves itself. Just like have these guys come off the bench. Like they're getting paid. I know it's probably an ego thing, but like that's what the front office and the coach are.
It's like, bro, you're still getting your check, bro. No matter if you come off the bench, you're starting, you're in street clothes, you're still getting that bread.
Yeah, like you got to have the coach convince you, like, hey, be a star in the 20 minutes, which Randall can do. Randall's better than probably most of the bench players. Just like go fucking dominate them and Lead your team. I don't know. Just do something different. Just not what you're doing. Anything.
Right.
I thought he's the leader. Aren't leaders supposed to be like, I got to make the sacrifice?
Wasn't a good leader. Let's get back to some comments. All right, we did speak on Cam Reddish. That's one of those comments. Another comment about Cam Reddish. Had a great career. Long live Cam Reddish.
Great career, my ass. What career? What career?
The 22 or 25 points he had against versus the Bucks in that game, whatever it was.
Yeah, when he was getting minutes in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep, that's it.
Did any of you guys see that one guy's tweet that was like, "How are we not starting Cam Reddish? He literally averaged 30 points a game in the Eastern Conference Finals." And I was just like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?"
That's actually a very good point. And
yeah.
Hey, I mean, have any of our players averaged 30 in the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, that brings up an interesting thing. What if you run the offense through Cam and Randall, and then we get Victor Wembanyama?
Wembanyama.
Yo, I've never seen him play. I don't follow. You guys know that. I don't follow the draft. I don't know anything about this. But I was catching highlights of this guy, and he's doing like
insane.
off the dribble fadeaway corner threes and all net. I'm like, dude,
he doesn't get bitched in the post like KP was.
Bro,
so
he's an alien.
We need to run Randall Evan
I don't mean to be like
game.
a dick, but like we as NBA Twitter need to like settle down a little bit though. Like,
oh yeah, some people are dragging it.
He's not a better. I mean the other way. No, I mean he's not a better prospect than like LeBron was. Like this idea that he's
Richard Jefferson said that.
What did he say?
Richard Jefferson said that, right? He was the one that said that. He was the one that said that. Wembanyama is a better prospect than LeBron was.
Just everyone's saying that like this is the best prospect we've ever seen. I think that's laughable. Like LeBron is going to be the best prospect in our lifetimes in any sport. It's just impossible for like people don't know, they weren't like alive or aware back then of just how safe LeBron was. Like there were no questions. It was like this is going to be some freak hybrid between Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. And that was just it. Like, there's a reason that they were covering his high school games when he was 16. And then he somehow exceeded his expectations. Like, look, I think this guy can be amazing. I think he could be one of the best prospects we've ever seen. Maybe the second best prospect we've ever seen. I just, this idea that, like, he has no floor and, like, I don't know.
Well, he needs to be an orange and blue. That's all I know.
Jeff, stop being a party pooper. Let's just say he's going to be the best prospect. Come on.
If he's in orange and blue, we're saying he's the best prospect ever.
He's doing pull-up threes from like 30 feet like Steph Curry. Like he is.
He's insane. Like I just hope he doesn't go to an Eastern Conference team because having to face that, like 3 times a year or something is going to be annoying.
Will literally walk to the league office himself and fucking hold Adam Silver at gunpoint if he doesn't get Wemby.
Dude, but if he goes to the Spurs, I'll be fucking pissed.
I'll be excited. What the?
I would be excited.
Of course you would. You live in San Antonio.
I would be kind of excited too.
Bro,
why? They got David Robinson, Duncan, and Kawhi. Fuck them. Like enough already.
No. See, you're missing the whole point, right?
Okay.
Do you want him to go to Utah with Danny Ainge?
No, I don't.
Absolutely not. Do you want Sam Presti to be rewarded for his nonsense? No, absolutely not. I'm trying to think of
who's due. The Pacers are due. Give them to the Pacers. They've never had a top 6 pick in 30 years.
Look, it'd also be great for us because that means we could just read Caitlin Cooper, just do analysis on Wemby.
There you go.
That's wonderful.
But also, that means Tyrese Halliburton wins, and I don't want that. So.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't want another Tyrese to win?
Hell yeah, I don't want another Tyrese to win. I'm a hater.
There was a play. That reminds me. There was a possession that Halliburton was guarding Brunson on. It was like early in the game, and he was all doing the stupid happy feet defense, like, "Oh, look at me, I want to like shake up." And Jalen Brunson like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He just like blew right by him and got an easy layup. I'm like, what is kind of defense is this? Like Tyrese Halliburton he is ass on defense.
Pseudo voodoo.
Really bad.
Yes,
God, I remember that.
He is. Yeah, that is a perfect description of what he is. Like
And people thought I was kidding. I was not fucking kidding.
Dude, that's what he is. He's pseudo voodoo.
I think that was like one of my first introductions to like
Tyrese
content and Tyrese. Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't stopped.
Pseudo voodoo clip.
I really liked what I saw from Mathurin though. I mean, they're gonna be rough this year, but I thought
Mathurin's good, man.
Has anyone tried to spray water on Tyrese Halliburton to make him like get a little wild and attack you?
What?
What? How do you guys not? He's Sudo Voodoo, and
I
that is how you get
Oh.
Sudo Voodoo and Heart
Yeah.
Gold and Soul Silver. You have to get the can
That
after
is
you
such a
beat
deep
Whitney,
cut. That is a
right? So,
crazy deep cut.
Christ.
right. So you
Okay.
got to defeat Whitney, then you got to go to the flower shop in Goldenrod
We
City.
get it. You're
Get the,
old.
right? You get the watering can, you get to it, and it's like you can't use cut, and then you pour water on it, and it goes. Shh, 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 shh. It's attacking you, and it's the only Sudo Voodoo in the
That's
game.
a deep.
So.
That's a deep cut.
Heart
Nemo
Gold.
brings up a great question. Did you guys notice that Hartenstein didn't have it tonight? Bad on defense. Yup.
Poor
Had a
poor
case
Big
of
Zeke.
48-itis. I was trying to pronounce that because the E's and the I's there, but the 48-itis from 3. Nothing going in after a prolific game. That's a really great way to describe
It's a
that.
really great point. I was gonna bring this up. I didn't want to be like a fucking negative Nancy because it's
Oh
preseason.
no, definitely.
I would say my number one non-Randall related fear actually has to do with Hartenstein because
Boo.
it's not that threes aren't going in. He only took, I mean, Tyrese talked about it the last time. He only took 45 threes last year for a reason. He's not like some sniper. It's cool that he can space the floor, but that's not how he should be used. He's an elite passer for a big, and he needs to like, be dealing with like dribble handoffs at the top of the key and like use his court vision. We're not doing that at all. Like, and you can tell he's like trying to fit in, trying to like leave his mark. But if he doesn't get to like touch the ball, and if all he's going to do, he's not going to set a screen, roll to the rim, and then like, hit a bunch of floaters and stuff. Like, I know he can do that, but he's at his best when he's scanning the floor and like finding cutters and like dribbling into handoffs to open up threes. That's what he does really well. And watching him tonight, it just, man, it's so, the way we scheme, it's just, I don't know. I'm very worried that like, not about him because I think he's a good player, but just that like we might not let him thrive in the way that we should, I guess.
Boo,
I think
I don't
that's
think
a,
look.
I don't think
I
our
think
players know how to play with him. When is the
that
last time they didn't have any who could pass like that? They never had a passer like that. Like the last guy the Knicks had a passer like that was Kyle O'Quinn. Like we don't have like the Knicks don't have big men,
Kuz.
right?
Oh,
Kuz?
Okay, sorry, Cantor.
Yeah, no, not Kuz.
Cantor that one game.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
Cancer.
I feel like he had like one game he had like 5 assists or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, he did have some.
Ew.
Yeah, he did have some random ass like passes.
I
Or, like,
scrubbed
no,
him from Nick's memory from my mind.
No, DeAndre Jordan, where like we use him as a fucking like funnel
Don't say
top
that
of the
name.
key.
Yo,
I think
he's
it's
just trying to like.
You remember that one game where like DeAndre Jordan had like 7 assists or whatever?
yeah, there was
Ew.
yeah,
was, like-
there was he had some weird passing games. DeAndre,
Oh, that was the game
Jordan.
where like Hazonia won it for us, right? Yeah, that was. Bro,
Wait, that
he
was
had-
I think you
Hazonia
like
block?
remember all like trash moments so well.
he almost had a triple double one game.
Dude, Mario Hazona's the Knicks legend. What are you talking about?
Yeah, relax on Hazonia, chill.
Anyways, get
But
back to Harden.
yeah, I just don't think the Knicks. I don't think they know what to do with Hartenstein right now. They're just like he's just like doing his thing. No one knows to like cut and shit because like he's looking for people to cut, and everyone's like we're doing other
Yeah,
stuff.
no one on the Knicks really couldn't cut except for like Obi. But like other than that, no one really ever cuts, which is so weird.
Deuce blew the layup, the perfect backdoor pass the Hartenstein had, and Deuce just whiffed on the layup. Like, I think it's just going to take some time with Hartenstein. He also got like some bullshit foul calls against him all game. Like, it's not Gogan, Gogu, what's
Goga.
Jesus Christ. Goga literally pushed him out of bounds, and then they're like, fell on Hartenstein. He's like, what are you talking about? I got pushed.
Yeah.
Like he got some like shit calls, but I'm not too worried about Big Zeke.
I will say that the one thing they showed Hartenstein related that was showcased tonight was Quickly is already really good at manipulating around screens.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever be Steph, but I'm just using him as an example. Like the way Steph is able to like just baffle people as he's maneuvering screens back and forth to create space, or like with handoffs, like where a guy will run like he's about to receive a handoff and then step back, and like Quickly already is pretty adept at that. And I could see him and Hartenstein developing a pretty nice team.
Own it. He's Steph. Own it. He is.
He should be the starting 2-guard instead of Cam Fam.
Yeah, honestly, that game kind of like leaned me towards like Quickly probably should just start. If Maxey and Harden could start, I thought about it. I was like, if Maxey and Harden could start together, why can't Brunson and Quickly start together?
And like James Harden's like partially cooked.
Not
So
partially. It's open.
No, he's fully cooked. He's a
he's
well
fully.
done.
I saw some clips the other day from the Cavs game. Looked like his burst was just like semi back.
Man,
But
it's preseason. Don't. It's
yeah, I know.
preseason.
I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Taking it with a grain of salt.
Like once he gets in the Philly strip clubs, it's over.
But yeah, I think
I know that's kind of the thing, right? With Harden.
I think with Hartenstein, I'm not really too concerned with the threes. That's why the on the last post game when Tyrese said the over under,
He will pull this year. I
I-
would with that.
Tyrese is still standing
I think
strong.
I think
took
he's
the
gonna
under.
chuck. I think he's gonna chuck.
I think he's gonna chuck. I'm telling you, he's gonna chuck, dude. Especially if Tibbs wants him to chuck like that. I
I
think he
took the
will.
under.
What was the line set at?
90.
I think it was like 90,
And he had 40 something off the
45,
bench.
45
The
last year.
It'll be close. I think he can get there. I think he may chuck.
And the Clippers are a way more creative like team than we are.
Right, that's why I think he's just gonna chuck. He's just like any opportunity he gets, just like
Oh
an
my
open
gosh.
look. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm open. I'm gonna take it."
Exactly. You see
I mean,
it.
if he's feeling like that is the only way he can contribute with the way the scheme is devised, I could see him shooting more than I expect. I just hope we start to use him more correctly.
I would agree. But no, but back to like the quickly thing, like, right? It's just start quickly and Obi. Just do it already. Like, just play your best 5 guys with each other, and then just move the other guys to the bench. Like, you'll still have a point guard on the bench with Rose and McBride. Like, you don't need to worry about in terms of those things. Brunson can both create on the ball and off the ball. Quickly can play both on and off the ball. RJ can play both on and off the ball. Like, just embrace it. Just lean into it. Have your multiple guys, and you have Obi and Mitch running around being lob threats. Like, it's right there. I feel like then you just have Fournier, like Rose, McBride, Randall, and Hartenstein off the bench, and you're set.
And Grimes instead of Deuce, but yeah.
Yes, I forget because Grimes is hurt.
Grimes is at a
Grimes is
row.
hurt.
But
So to Doug's point, we're gonna do. I mean, I'm gonna ask you guys another over under. Let's see what you guys think.
All right.
Brunson, Quickly, RJ, Obi, Mitch. Over under 150 minutes. This
Under.
season.
Under. Hammering the under.
is that
I'm
even
hammering-
a question?
Over
ham-
under 70. Over under 75 minutes. God
Under.
damn it! I can't believe
Under.
I have to move the line.
Under.
Honestly, put the line at like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Put the
so
line.
embarrassing. Like,
Put the line at 15.
We know our coach too well.
Put the line at 15, and I'm probably still going under. We may be lucky to get we may get one
Dude,
quarter.
Randall might miss half the season in that line. I probably wouldn't play 30 minutes. Like,
Nah, there was like one lineup that like really killed that we were talking about the other day about
It was, like,
that played
quickly
against the
to-
Clippers.
like quickly.
It was like
you talking about
it was
that?
like quickly Deuce, RJ, Cam, and like it was like Jericho
And
Sims.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lineup, that net rating was like insanity.
Did you see
I
Jericho
mean,
Sims dribbling the ball up
those
court?
minutes were pretty small. It was like only 20. I tweeted from the Strickland account that tonight that Deuce, Quickly, and RJ, the three of them, played 115 minutes last year together as a trio. Their net rating was 30 plus 30 per 100. They were
That's insane.
outscoring. They were outscoring other teams by. It was like their offensive rating was like 120 and their defense rating was 90. They just blitzed teams when the three of them played together, and you see it. They were struggling all along, and then RJ came back in the game with Deuce in Quickly, and they just immediately started crushing again tonight.
And one game that I can think of from last year that really showcased that was that Miami game, where Deuce was in there and he was causing some havoc. Man,
like
good
Deuce at the
times.
point of attack is so strong, and then Quickly is a better off-ball defender than he is on ball.
And Cam Reddish is out there like, I'm 6'8", and I fucking have height and wingspan, and he can't fucking do shit.
He can't do anything. RJ is also better off-ball on certain guys. RJ is a weird defender where like he's overall good, but like he's not good against some guys, but he's really good against like RJ doesn't make sense on defense, but he's overall still better off the ball than on the ball, I would say. So like you have two guys who are very cerebral off the ball, and then you have Deuce who is just a madman on the ball. It's like
Deuce is the equivalent of fucking like it's just a free safety where he just comes in and just fucks everything up. And like he's such a defensive wizard. Like I don't know what they do in WVU, but like they just churn out this defensive gem like once every 4 years or so, and it's like
it's
fantastic.
He's he's very special.
Let me see him and Javon Carter on a fucking team and just watch them like terrorize.
That would be so annoying.
Yeah, no.
Is
I would
there
never...
another team in the league that has 3 guys like Quickly, Deuce, and Grimes who can specifically at screen navigation? Because I'm starting to wonder, like, I feel like what they do is unique. Like, they just completely negate any screen. Anybody that tries to screen any of the 3 of them, it's like it's not even there. And they're just
I want to
back in
say
front.
the Celtics, maybe like Marcus Smart, Derek White,
And Malcolm Brogdon.
Not Brogdon. I can't remember his name now.
It's not
He might
Jaylen
got-
Brown.
No, he might have got traded. I'm not sure. Shit.
Peyton Pritchard. I thought Tyrese was about to like go off the deep end.
No,
Bray Wyatt
no.
Hope?
I'm forgetting somebody, but
Ben,
yeah,
was
but
it Ben Wanamaker?
Brad Waterman?
Aaron Neesmith?
Don't make me laugh, please.
I'm sorry.
Yo, who was Tyrese thinking of? Like, who else is on the Celtics?
I can't. I have to actually look this up now because like I feel like they had another guard who's like decent at defense, who's like really good and they didn't play enough.
I don't just.
Well, you know, while Tyrese is looking that up, great time to promo some Strickland merch.
Josh Richardson. There we go.
Oh, Josh, ew.
Yeah,
Ew. They traded him to the Spurs for a reason.
yeah, but I like this defense when he was there. But anyway,
anyways, yeah, back to promoing Strickland merch. Link in the description. Make sure y'all cop it. I got this, and I got a hoodie right here. Make sure y'all cop that. We got tons of stuff still in stock, so tap in. All right, let's get back to some comments. We got a couple. They've been talking about Wemby before earlier as we were talking about Wemby. Someone said give Wemby to the Kings. Nemo said give Wemby to the Kings. Please don't. Please don't.
Kings.
We want the Kings in Las Vegas. Why the hell do we want to give Wemby there?
We can't have Wemby in Las Vegas. He's too innocent for that.
We can't have Wemby. We can't have Wemby in Sacramento. If we're gonna put him in the West Coast, he needs to go to like LA or some shit.
No, we can't go to LA either. Fuck all the LA teams.
I don't care. If Wemby's gonna get some bright lights, let it be LA.
All right, James, axe away. We're here. I think last time you were asking questions, we were kind of further up in the comments while you were asking them. James asks, do you guys like slam dunks? Of course. I mean, we love Obi Toppin, so of course.
I can't with him sometimes. I fucking can't with him.
But yeah, make sure you leave some comments, some questions, whatever y'all got for us, in terms of this coming season, lineups, all that good stuff. Let me see. We got some comments earlier that I didn't get to. Jordan Bubb says, are you worried about Randall hijacking the offense for multiple stretches of the game against good teams?
I'm worried about him hijacking the offense all the time. That's my perpetual fear.
Doug wakes up in the morning. He's like, fuck Randall.
Yo, for real. Like, it's wild.
No, I'm with you there. Like, because like once he sees a couple like bad shots go in, it's go time.
Also, Brunson needs to like not allow that to happen because Brunson's like, yeah, man, go ahead, take the ball up. No, Jalen. No, you're in charge.
Take the ball up. You're the point guard. Please. Please.
If Jalen Brunson's on the court, there is no reason Julius Randle should ever bring the ball up the court.
Enough point forward. You're not that guy anymore.
Like
Stop.
never. Like Jalen Brunson.
Well, if he grabs a rebound and there's like an advantage to be had,
that's different. If you're talking about like a made shot.
There were times tonight where they like purposely inbounded the ball to Randall for him to bring it up.
And Brunson's like, yeah, man, go ahead, take it up. But it's like, no.
It's like, no, like we gotta stop that. We gotta stop.
You're
that.
making
No more
money
point
than
forward.
him. You're making more money than him. It's no.
No more point forward.
Yeah, can't have that. I'm always in fear, man. He can't.
Because once he's initiating, I think he starts to get in his head a little too much. And he starts like overthinking.
He starts feeling it.
You gotta simplify the game for him if you're gonna keep him here. And that's not letting him bring the ball up.
Tony, just have him off the bench. It solves
so many problems.
Yeah, for the most part. He still needs to be off the team.
Yes.
But
that's the most ideal situation.
It works more. It's either Randall off the bench or you're gonna have Cam Fam as the backup 4 off the bench. So pick and choose.
That's like the weirdest thing to me is I think he's far more a backup 4 than like a 2-3 hybrid. I don't
because he is. Nothing about Cam Reddish makes sense. He doesn't want to do anything that he's actually supposed to do.
All right.
I feel like all of his fans keep trying to put him at shooting guard and small forward, and like I don't get it.
Dude, I'm in with his fans. It's wild. I love it. I love the Cam fam. It's like
Um,
it's like being a part of a crazy conspiracy.
it's like being part of the flat Earth people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like being in a flat Earth society.
Fucking Q Cam on is just. Sick.
Oh my gosh. James Axe, in all serious, what do you think of Jalen so far?
I raved about it for 2 years, and I feel like I'm vindicated in game 2.
Which Jalen though? Jalen Brunson or
I
Harris?
think he's talking about Jalen Harris, and I have not been impressed with Jalen Harris.
Hey,
well, he's probably still off that.
respect for Montana, Coke boys.
Yep. Jalen Harris looks like he's like a high school kid playing with grown men.
Jalen Harris.
He also looks like his eyes are about to like pop out of his sockets.
Yeah,
Jalen Harris got a
Bobby
guy
Portis
in his beard, and he's light skinned. I'm so confused.
How the fuck is Jalen Harris catching strays right now? Leave the guy alone, man. Like he's trying. Come on, guys.
Why are you defending Jalen Harris, man?
Poor guy's fighting for a roster
Jeff,
spot.
did you know who Jalen Harris was before?
I absolutely did not, but I wouldn't have said it. I would have left him alone. You know, like
Get out of here.
He looks
All right,
just-
James is talking about Brunson.
Oh.
Wait, no, for Jalen Harris looks like a Tyus Jones variant. Like honestly,
But in
Jalen
terms of
Brunson's
him-
that dude. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
Brunson.
he's that
I like
dude.
Brunson. Tonight, I liked what I saw from him. In terms of like the defense, that and one. I never seen Jalen Brunson show emotion before, but like he screamed like and one, and I was just like, okay, I like this.
Ooh, he's ready. He's the guy, man.
He's ready to embrace New York.
All-Star year this year.
He will be. I think I would make the bet. I don't
He's
know what the
making
odds are.
He's making up the sins for missing out on Fred VanVleet.
Yes, but he
Yeah.
could be better than Fred.
He is better than Fred. He's better than that fucking loser in Cleveland. He's better than
Your fellow Mets fan brethren.
No, I was talking about Garland. But
Oh.
he's
Well,
better.
he's also better than Donovan Mitchell's. Like, who's
True.
we kidding?
He's better than that fucking loser in Charlotte. He's better than that fucking loser in Sacramento. Fuck De'Aaron Fox. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, Fox sucks.
Exactly, but I just have to throw that in there. Better than that hurt
Dude,
loser in OKC.
Dude, when all the Knicks fans wanted us to trade, including Prez, by the way, and I love Prez, but Prez was like, "Oh, rim gravity," and I was like, "Dude, Fox is like what?" I felt like I was in like Bizarro world. Everybody wanted Fox, and I was like, "He's never."
Yeah,
done
that was every time a point guard becomes available on the market, like Knicks fans like absolutely lose their shit and,
I
like,
literally
want
had a
to
poll out.
take off their clothes for them.
I had a
Yep.
poll out, and I was like, "Do you want Fox for 4,133, or do you want Brunson for 4,100?" And people were like, "What the fuck? Why would you pay Jalen Brunson $100 million?" And now what is he making? 104. Like,
And now everyone has like rationalized themselves and like
they're like, "Oh,
fighting
Jalen
with
Brunson
other
is
fan bases
really
saying how this is
fucking
a
good."
reasonable contract.
I've never understood like the Brunson skepticism, because there was Brunson skepticism from like not even just like fans, but like even saw it like some of like the media too. It's like he was one of the best college players, right? Like he did that, and he worked his way up into the Mavs rotation, and he was at point like their best player last year when Luka was out, right? Like without question, and he was clearly their second best player. Like he's really good. I don't understand. Like he's really good. He makes all the
People
necessary shots.
become
Like,
really hesitant when it comes to someone in orange and blue.
it's just wild. Like he's really, really good, and he's going to be really good again.
James
he's
says,
good,
"Well, Mateen Cleaves was good in college."
Who?
I wonder how many people know that, and obviously this stuff can be misleading, but I wonder how many people know that the Mavericks last year were better with Brunson and without Luka than vice versa.
For H,
Like,
I did.
yeah,
I didn't. I mean,
I
I was.
pretty-
Yeah.
yeah,
Tyrese,
it's
you didn't
pretty-
either. Good liar.
I fucking. I had
Liar.
every argument in the book for fucking Jalen Brunson. You're right. I'm lying about this one, but like, yeah.
He's just a really good player, like Doug was saying. That's all I was saying.
That's it. He's really good.
Yeah.
He
all
is
right.
so fucking good.
One point that that James does bring up in the comments that I do want to bring up is, yeah, more long-term concerns. Like we have him instead of IQ. Is that okay?
I think so. IQ should be starting next to him.
With a different
Yeah,
coach, it would.
In
it would be
an
more
ideal
okay.
world, yes, he starts next
Or-
to him.
Or you just have him IQ in the Manu role.
a 6-man that plays like basically starter minutes,
Yeah, and you just have him
like
plug
J.R.
in.
Smith did for us in 2012-13.
Which is why,
So-
like, if Grimes starts, I'm okay with that because I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's also like I think it was Schwinn this morning in the Discord. Guys, if you're not a patron for the Strickland and not in the Discord, you guys are missing out.
Links to everything in the description.
Yeah, Schwinn was like, Tibbs thinks he's Kirk Heinrich, and I'm like, he's right, because Tibbs loved Kirk Heinrich, and he used quickly exactly like Kirk Heinrich. So it's like the gift and the curse. So it's like Tibbs probably loves quickly, but he thinks he's Kirk Heinrich, and not like,
A
like,
better player than Kirk Heinrich.
Yeah, it's wild. Like that's what I think is. I was like, that's probably the best theory proposed. Like what Tibbs' relationship with IQ is. It's like, yeah, he loves him because he thinks he's fucking Kirk Heinrich.
It's insanity.
Doug, when you said the Manu role, you mean the Derrick Rose role, right?
No, the Manu role.
no, because like Derrick Rose wasn't really playing starters minutes. Like, because Elfrid Payton was so bad. That was the problem.
Yeah, like
I just think Tibbs is gonna run Rose into the ground again this year. Like that's just what we're gonna see until.
Oh, that's why he's not playing him that often in the preseason. He's saving his
that's
minutes
it.
for the regular
Right.
season.
he's saving him.
It really is it. He's like, oh, I know you're good. We don't even need to pretend. Like you're.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into this year.
Yeah.
I do think Rose, by the way, to his testament, I hate throwing. It's like Burks last year, like we said it every post game seemingly. It sucked slandering Burks. He was such a good guy. He was such a good Knick. Like, and it was just like we weren't even really slandering Burks. It was just like
We were slandering the decision of
Tibbs'
Tibbs
use
to
of him.
misuse him. Yes, exactly.
It's the same thing with Rose. Like, but to his testament, I've really loved how he's handled these first 2 preseason games in the sense of he's really like gone out of his way to let Quickly and Deuce kind of run the show when they're on the floor and let them use these minutes to like up initiation reps and get more comfortable with like Hardenstein and stuff. And that takes a lot of like first self-belief, but also like understanding that the team is going to go further than just where he can take them. And like other people need to improve. So, I mean, he could be like, oh, I'm only going to play 6 minutes tonight, so I'm going to go after it these 6 minutes. But I feel like he's making a very clear point to like make sure even when he's on the court, he's making his teammates better by not dominating the ball as much. And I've really appreciated
And then
that.
people were mad about that. They're like, why aren't you letting Rose cook? And Rose is like, dude, I'm 33. I can't cook like that no more.
And that kind of goes to Virgil's question. Shout out to Virgil, who asked, how did Rose look? Which we just answered. Enough to justify Tibbs' over-reliance? Never.
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 No, but like Rose is fine. Like Rose,
You know what you're gonna get from him.
like a playoff contender should know what they need to get from him and trade us as first, so they can.
Yeah, I don't. It's like how haven't the
How many playoff contenders
Lakers-
are there gonna be this year, though?
how haven't the Lakers given up their stupid pick for Derrick Rose? I feel like it's right there.
But they got Patrick Beverly, bro.
Oh yeah, they do. have
And
Patrick
Dennis
Beverly.
Dennis Schroeder.
Oh,
Dude,
and Russell Westbrook.
And
Yeah, I
Kendrick
forgot.
Nunn and Russell Westbrook.
God,
No,
God,
never
they're
mind.
so bad.
Nasty
they need
rotation.
to drop them draws for Cam Reddish. That's what they need.
We
to
just
do.
said like 5 guys that are gonna be in the rotation. They all suck. Like, yeah.
Nasty rotation.
They could have Svi Mikhailiuk for free, and they
Yo,
want Cam fucking Reddish.
Svi's a real hooper,
He's better than Cam Reddish.
bro. Svi's a hooper.
I was gonna comment that was racist, but I was slandering Cam all night, and I've been slandering him his whole
can't
career. So
now.
it's just like whatever.
You can't now on that one.
It's like whatever.
Can't even deny it either.
It's like the bar is like in hell, so it's like whatever. I guess like at this point.
I'd
He
rather
came
give,
up-
I'd rather
he
give
hit some shots,
Svi the minutes than Julius.
Raptors fans absolutely hated Svi though. I don't know why.
Because
He
Raptors fans
apparently
hate
stunk
everything
for
good.
them. He apparently stunk for them, but I mean, new team, new year.
I mean, he probably did.
Lesser
Like,
expectations.
who cares?
They probably had him playing more minutes than he needed to be playing last year.
Yeah, he's great in the second preseason game. That's all I need to see him as.
Right? You're gonna be like you're gonna be the 15th man. You're gonna stand up and clap. That's it. That's
Is
it.
he gonna make the roster?
Who knows? I think
mean,
his
yeah.
contract is like partially guaranteed or
I
something.
know he may, because like you still like this team doesn't like you always need shooting. I feel like if you're just gonna like have some guy straggling around, it's just like just keep the shooter.
He's 6'7" and can shoot. He should make the roster.
But he's gonna like make it over like fucking Archie Diacono, right?
No, RG.
No, they're both gonna make it.
No. Archie, listen, man. Archie Diacono,
Is a Thibs staple now.
He's a
a
Jalen
staple.
Brunson. He's a Jalen Brunson bone.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's exactly why we
that's
got
a good
him.
point.
They're best
Yeah.
buddies.
He was there
Did
last
you
year.
see the way they were hugging on each other? They're like,
Bro.
they're like fucking fiance.
man,
Huh.
like it was either Eric Pascal or Ryan Archidiakono, and you got Ryan Archidiakono. So
It was
next is
Archidiakono.
McCall.
Those guys are like brothers.
Next
What's
is
that?
fucking McCall.
I mean, he should have been on the team already.
We're getting him though. It's okay. When the Suns go to shit, we're getting McCall.
Now we need
I need it like I need air.
we need Ayton and Booker.
Who gives a fuck about Ayton, bro? Don't
Better
get
than
me
Mitch.
started with DeAndre fucking Ayton,
He's
man.
better than Mitch.
He's not 2 times better than Mitch.
He's
That's what
like you're right. He's 3 times better than Mitch.
Oh my god, DeAndre Ayton plays softer than fucking soft serve ice cream. I don't want to hear shit about DeAndre Ayton, dude.
Soft serve ice cream.
God,
Oh man. Yeah, he's pretty soft.
he's a fucking
Pause.
bohemian chocolate shake. Like he's just sweet.
Hey,
And fucking-
relax there, dude. Tyrese, you should not be describing
you
black
like
men with
him
colors
or
and
like you
stuff
hate
like that
him?
and food.
No, chocolate chip
Ty-
suck.
Well, I mean, it's up to interpretation for other people who are listening right
Listen,
now.
he's
They might hear you say chocolate shake and they think you like
he
him.
is the Pillsbury Doughboy of fucking NBA centers. Okay, everybody is poking him.
I'm pretty sure that's Eric Pascal. He's the Pillsbury Doughboy of
Pascal doesn't fucking matter.
Is he in the
He's a-
NBA?
He's
Yeah,
on a
he's on a
two-way
two-way with the Timberwolves.
for the Timberwolves
Dude, why is he not on the Knicks?
He
because
sucks.
we didn't.
No,
It's
we need him though, because
We should
it's-
reunite the Villanova team.
that's what I'm saying.
my
We're missing.
gosh.
There's another guy we're missing.
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. He
There
was
we go.
actually good at basketball, and
Yeah,
the Portland
we-
Trailblazers
yeah.
want to keep him.
Give me Josh Hart.
Yeah, we need Josh Hart because we have Brunson, we have Archie,
Dante DiVincenzo.
we need
Dante.
we need Dante.
The Warriors got
Yeah.
him.
Man, I feel like I just blacked out. Are we still listing Villanova players?
Yes. Sadly.
sick.
Sadiq Bey.
Sick.
Sadiq Bey wasn't on those
He
championship
wasn't on the
teams.
championship, but he went to Nova, and we had Amari Spellman.
Omar Spellman fucking reeks. He's like in
Oh
Taiwan.
man,
or
he's the
something
other.
now.
He's the other Pillsbury Doughboy. My man was not in shape when he was playing for the Knicks.
Yo, Knicks fans, they talked themselves into him possibly being like a stretch 5 for us when
Yeah,
we first
okay.
got him.
And
Which
they were
was
like, "Why are we
hilarious.
giving him minutes? He fucking sucked that we cut him for Derrick Rose as soon as we could." Oh no, we cut him for Taj Gibson. What am I saying?
Oh man, we're like losing it here at the end of this stream.
I'm like,
we are losing
I
it.
am 2 minutes
Tyrese
away
is like
from
in a fever dream right now.
I'm like 2 minutes away from going with the wildest coffee fit of my life.
I don't know if you guys listened to the Prez Schwinn podcast from Friday,
I don't listen.
but they opened it with like a 10-minute conversation, basically calling RJ out for claiming his favorite rapper is 50 Cent.
Oh my god.
And they literally spent like 10 minutes talking about it. And they were like,
Wait,
come on, RJ,
who's-
name 5 songs. This is like our version. of
RJ, he said his favorite rapper is 50 Cent.
Oh my god, that's such pandering.
He
Your
like,
favorite-
dude, that's so much pandering.
You could
Get
just say
outta
your
here.
favorite rapper is Drake. We know it's Drake.
That's like Jalen Brunson say, "Yo, my favorite rapper is like Pop Smoke." Like, bro, no, it's not.
I can
Yeah,
believe that.
like,
Jake-
no,
I
it's
can,
not.
I can believe Jalen Brunson's favorite rapper being like Pop. Smoke.
Jalen Brunson's favorite rapper is Asher Roth.
No,
That's-
it's probably no. Stop
That's
it.
believable. He has those vibes.
Come on.
Oh, that's kind
That,
of.
he has
Listen,
those
we all
vibes.
know the top Philly rappers are Black Thought, Asher Roth, and Meek Mill.
Oh my gosh.
Man, like Jalen Brunson's favorite rapper is probably like Fonzworth Bentley or something. Like,
Yo.
just something like he's like a fucking Ryan Leslie fan. I believe that. Like that's a deep
Yes,
cut right there.
That is
John
a
knows-
really
John knows
Ryan-
what I'm talking. It's fucking Chuck knows what I'm talking about.
yeah, that's really good.
Oh,
That's a Ryan Leslie.
James said that's worse than Jew wearing a Dipset shirt.
Yes. Oh man, Julius wearing the Dipset shirt.
that was such
That
fan-
was so much pandering. It was like, bro,
You need to
come
relax.
on, bro. You're not dead ass right now.
Are we gonna, now we need to pod about who's Knicks player's favorite rappers. Like Evan Fournier is probably like I feel like Evan Fournier would probably be like a Pop Smoke fan. Like low key, he would be like a Pop Smoke fan.
No.
No.
Yeah, I feel like Evan Fournier is like
No, Evan Fournier is listening to like that British rap stuff. Like it's like
The
I
UK, UK scene.
nah. Okay, UK drill's fire though. I can't let
Alright,
Evan Fournier be
like
smoked.
that's what he's listening to.
Evan
Julius
Fournier
Randle is
can't-
definitely not Dipset.
Julius Randle's listening to fucking.
Who came out of Dallas? Because I feel like all the good rappers in Texas came out of Houston, not Dallas.
Dallas has like no rappers.
Yeah, they're not known for their rappers.
They have Erica Badu, and that's like
You think Julius is listening to Erica Badu?
he should be listening to Erica Badu.
We
He
should
needs to
all listen to
relax.
Erica Badu. Whoa. Don't come for Erica Badu now.
No one did. I'm just saying.
No
do you
one
think
did.
Julius
Relax.
is that person to listen to him?
I feel
To
like
listen to her?
Julius does that to like unwind after training camp or like
Oh,
after
okay,
fucking
I'm sure.
He doesn't unwind. Julius Randle doesn't unwind.
or like
He's
D'Angelo or some
tense
shit.
forever.
He's always tense. He's too tense for D'Angelo.
Anyways, to end this off on some basketball note, James says, "I love Brunson. I just wonder what could have been if IQ was given 32 minutes to cook
He
Yeah.
still can get those
Sadly-
32 minutes to cook.
Exactly.
on an ideal basketball team."
I'm just saying he has every opportunity to.
We are not getting that here, though. We're not getting that here, sadly, with Dibs.
I like
Unless one of
Quickly
you-
in his role.
As
Yeah.
a
In his-
fourth guard.
As a
Yeah.
fourth guard. Would you trade quickly right now to OKC for their unprotected first pick? And basically, like you have, was it 18% chance to get Wemby?
Hell
Quickly.
yes.
Of course you
What?
would. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's not close.
Bro, I love Quickly as much as the next guy, but I would shit his ass out so far. to
I'm not
OKC.
saying no. I'm not saying for the number one pick. I'm saying to get odds to potentially get
Yeah.
the number one
Yes.
pick. Okay.
Yes, I will.
Lord knows we get that pick. The odds automatically, like
I
Adam Silver
don't-
is already
bro.
like changing
Look,
the envelopes. He's changing the
I
ping
don't
pong
care.
balls.
I will literally be putting Quickly the car singing Boomer Sooner the entire fucking way. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
Just
Dude,
for
I
me,
will-
Because like the Thunder's pick will be like a top 8
It'll
pick
be-
at worst.
At worst,
At
Top eight,
worst.
top 8 pick at worst. And so
Oh no,
you
we
get,
the
you get
top-
that, and then you also get 3 extra years of control or whatever. So like, nah,
yeah, but like you think that person's gonna be better than quickly?
on average,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, looking at the top, from what I've heard about this top 8, or at least the top 10 of this draft, it's like it's really
better than
good.
2021.
Doug,
and-
is there a player that was just drafted in the top 8 that you wouldn't trade quickly straight up for?
No one last year. Who was drafted last year? I don't follow the
that
draft.
was
I don't know. Who won Rookie of the Year?
Keegan Murray. No, I mean like this upcoming rookie class. That's what I meant.
Who I wouldn't trade quickly.
Jeff, do you think I
for?
know who's in the draft? I know there's 2 people. There's a guy named Wemby
Okay.
and there's a guy named Scoot.
Are you
That's
talking-
it.
No, I mean,
Oh my god!
God damn
Your
it. All right,
draft?
never mind.
If you're talking about last
Tyrese, you take the question over.
okay,
How
fine.
many of the top 8 would you not trade quickly for from the last draft?
I wouldn't trade quickly for Dyson Daniels, and that's it.
So you would trade him straight up for Benny?
I would trade him straight up for Banchero, Holmgren, Smith, Murray, Ivy, Matherin, Sharp.
I'm not trading him for any of those guys.
Dude, okay.
You listed Chet Holmgren? Are you kidding me?
Yes. Okay. All right, Doug.
Who do you
That's
guys
who you-
think Chet Holmgren's favorite rapper is? Lil
Eminem.
Dicky?
Little baby.
Now, Chet Holmgren, he seems more in tune with the youths these days.
I am
Yeah,
not
that's why-
trading
that's why I said
Emmanuel
Lil
quickly for any of these guys. There's a guy called Keegan Michael Murray.
Oh my god!
Chet Holmgren, definitely not Paolo. Can't trust
Man.
him. You can't trust an Italian like that.
Italian.
Italian. The fact you said it Italian makes me know that you're from fucking Massachusetts.
I'm allowed to say that. You can't say that.
Oh my god!
Otherwise, it's racist.
All right.
Nope.
This is where we have
Time
to end it.
On
Yes.
that note, DraftKings.
Now, on that note, shout out to everyone that tuned in. Shout out to everyone that left a comment. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Helps the channel a ton. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description. We got links to the merch shop, which I just showcased some of that merch. Make sure y'all cop that. We got links to the Patreon, to the site, and to the Twitter. Make sure you're following us on Twitter. Get all those good alerts. And yeah, all that good stuff. We will be back on Wednesday. I believe that's the next preseason game versus the Pacers again. So we will be live after that. Make sure y'all tuned in. Make sure y'all subbed so that way y'all can tune in. And yeah, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Fuck Scherzer.